Oh, well, fancy seeing you here on this beautiful Juju stroll. Today, we're going to be talking about 3 questions brought to us by Beef, who wanted to know my thoughts on what the most destructive curse technique in Jujutsu Kaisen was, the deadliest curse technique, and also the weakest curse technique. But Beef does specify he's not talking about real world applications, but rather strictly combat applications here. So, to kick things off for the most destructive, honestly, the first thing that came to my mind was Yuki's Bombaye because she can create a black hole, right? And honestly does not get more destructive than that. Bye bye planet Earth if that gets fully used. So I think that has to be my answer, but I will give an honorable mention to the Limitless because we've seen that blue is capable of destroying buildings and hollow purple can level entire city blocks, right? So Bombaye, honorable mention to the Limitless. Then for the most deadly, I think there's a lot of different answers we could give for this, but strictly speaking, I think Shrine is by definition the deadliest curse technique we saw in the series, as in it was responsible for taking the most lives. And honestly, I think you get the most bang for your buck in terms of lethality with Shrine, because one single slash can take somebody out, and that requires like such minimal effort from Sukuna, right? And then if we crank that up to the max with a 200-meter open domain, we saw that just completely leveled a large portion of Shibuya in seconds and killed thousands and thousands, right? So I think it would have to be Shrine, but obviously Limitless, Bombaye, like there's a lot of answers you could give, like Jogo's Disaster Flames, I'm sure could wipe out entire swaths in an instant. But I think I would go with Shrine. And then finally, for the weakest curse technique, again, strictly speaking within combat applications, I think there's a few you could give here as well. Projection sorcery comes to mind because it's really not helping you. Like it doesn't have like a wide use case, you know what I mean? It basically just speeds you up and can help stun your opponent for a second. So that's not the best. But honestly, I think my answer would probably have to be Charles's technique, the mangaka's, the one where if he gets a little bit of your blood, he can see into your future very briefly. Yeah, it's got some interesting use cases, but it's really not the most helpful in a heated combat situation. So those are my 2 cents, but I'd love to hear y'all's answers for these.